Hey everyone. All right, so yesterday I went over to the storage unit to actually just organize some boxes a bit. I think I mentioned before a lot of the boxes were, they're not really set up for comics, and some of them are smashed and need to be replaced. So I've been just alternating through them. Didn't really have a lot of expectations. Honestly, I kind of thought like all the gems have been found in there, but I did end up finding a little bit of stuff that I was happy with, like a small handful. I'll get to that in 1 second. And but a couple other things just for show and share. So this here is Iron Man 152. It is the first appearance of the stealth armor. Did find a few of those. Then there's a box that I had gone through like 2 or 3 times. The New Mutants, and it had New Warriors in it. Didn't find anything the first 2 times I'd gone through it. Then I actually found another New Mutants 98, which I set aside. I'll show you in a second. But I did pull out these Rob Liefeld covers, 95, 96, 97, a couple of those, 99, the I Quit covers, and some 100s. Just pulled them out because I thought they were a little better than just average fodder. Also found a bunch of these Marvel Presents Guardians of the Galaxy comics. I just grabbed one and forgot the rest. So there's that. There is, in my interest in keeping some odd titles for show and tell, Captain Carrot and his Amazing Zoo Crew, Oz, Wonderland War. I have never even heard of this, but it's number 3. There's number 2, and number 1's a couple of those. I am familiar with, Captain Carrot and the Zoo Crew. I just didn't know about this Oz 3-issue series thing. Here's issue 20. It's got Changeling in it. Issue 17. Issue 15 and 14. Real traditional, like Justice League, JSA covers from that time period. Number 12. Number 11. Number 5. Number 4. Number 3. And some number 1s where Superman is demasculated due to the savior by the Zoo Crew. Here. I did find Captain Atom number 1, and thanks to other YouTubers, I learned that this is his first appearance in the DC universe, since he originally was a Charleston comic character. Found 4 copies of that, 2 newsstand, 2 direct. Anyway, first Captain Atom is Captain Atom 1. Similar to the whole Firestorm, stuff like that. I started pulling these as I started finding them. Superman, Man of Steel 18, First Doomsday. Here is a second print of the First Doomsday. The one that is actually the harder to get is the 5th print for all these books. It was available only at Toys R Us. So it's kind of the rarer printing. Another second print. This is just the build-up storyline to, Doomsday and the death of Superman here. There's the 75 Superman cover. It's a 4th print. I pulled out these Rocketeer books. So Pacific presents first issue Rocketeer. A few of those. Special edition Rocketeer, the Dave Stevens cover. I think it's Dave Stevens Insides, if I remember. A few of those. Pacific Presents number 2. And then another one of these Marvel gaming books, crossword puzzles and stuff. They're fighting this electronic guy. I kind of like it. Justice League of America 185. It's just one of the early Darkseid appearances. I just like this cover, so I grabbed it to number 168. Just got a bunch of villains and heroes and some kind of shenanigan going on. I think I pointed this out in a previous video, but like I've got my weak spots. Every time I find like this Hex book, I always take it. It's only 18 issues long. They only had issue 1 and 15 and what I've stumbled on. It's Jonah Hex in the future. It's a fun series to read if you got a few dollars to spend to pick it up. Then another vice of mine from growing up was this Hawk and Dove series. I thought I grabbed the entire run when I was there, but apparently I didn't. I'll try to pick up the remaining ones next time. But here's number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. You can probably buy this online and for like nothing for the whole set, though. Number 5. Number 6. So I obviously forgot 7 and 8. But this cover, too, it's like, if you're familiar with the Brave and the Bold first appearance of Copperhead, it's the exact same cover, you know, except it's Batman in there and Wonder Woman laying on the ground. Oh, maybe I did get 7 and 8. There's 8. There's 7. All right, so far we're back on track. 11. No, 10, I guess. 12. 13. 14. 15. In the series, later you find out that Hawk and Dove are really... She's like the embodiment of order, and he's the embodiment of chaos. Even throughout the series, like, I'm not sure I could find a cover. Yeah, like here, you start getting little hints of it on 11. Like you can see he's battered up, and you can see fur through his costume. Like you don't really know why until it takes on this persona. 16, 17, 18. Series kind of went downhill pretty quick, but what can I say? I liked it. 20, 21, 22, 23. Be warned, I'm going to put together a set of ROM for show and tell coming up soon. 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28 was the final issue. There was 2 annuals, and I think I mentioned before they were going to have it to where this Armageddon storyline, Hawk ends up being the main villain behind it. It was originally supposed to have been Captain Atom, and I guess it got leaked out, and then they made it Hawk last minute. So anyway, there's more Hawk and Dove knowledge than you probably ever wanted. All right. Next, found a little box of Daredevil, and I just didn't bring the whole thing home. I just kind of cherry-picked out of it. This here's number 260. It's kind of similar to Born Again, where Kingpin picks away at Daredevil's life from destroying his law firm, to then sending a barrage of villains after him from issue 254, which is Typhoid Mary's first appearance, down to this issue, 260, where the villains just basically beat him up for 6 issues until he's finally defeated here. And then he goes to hell for a bit, and Human Torch takes over the series. And it's actually a really, really good run if you like Daredevil comics to begin with. And I love John Romita Jr. art on this. I think it's probably my favorite run of Daredevil. Anyway, so 260 and 259, you can see here's all the villains that basically wear him down. 256, 255, 254. Then this one is The First Typhoid Mary. You never know with the Netflix show. This book is very undervalued in my mind. It's only like a $10 book right now, but all it takes is this character being on the show, and then boop, boop, boop. So just heads up, peeps. Right here, probably one of the best written series in comics, in my opinion, Daredevil Born Again. Going in reverse order here, 233. Guess we're missing a couple. 231, 230, 229, 228, and 227, the beginning of the story arc. This one I actually grabbed by mistake, though it's not a bad cover. Actually, it's a two-part storyline with the Punisher in it. I simply grabbed it. This is a 184. I grabbed it because I thought I was grabbing a pile of this 181s, which is the Death of Elektra. Just another cool book. And I grabbed these 132s. I think in the very first video I did from the storage unit, I showed the 131s, which is the first Bullseye. 132 is the second appearance of Bullseye. All right, hold on. Just got some random Spider-Man action here. All right, sorry, we're really up close here. Whoop. Anyway, this is number 104. It's got Kazar and Kraven. 140, 143. I was happy to find this. I found a couple before, but they were really shoddy. This is 144. Starts the clone saga. Clone of Gwen Stacy there. 145, 147. 148. There was a chunk of these, but they're all beat up. 150, 151. I like the cover on this one. The flooding. 152. The shocker. Now, I don't know what this store was thinking on this issue, this 153, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22 of those. I think I left some there. And I don't know if they ordered this the same as they ordered everything else. And because it was a boring football cover instead of, a main villain, they got stuck with him. But now I have these. 155. Same thing here. 158. There's 5 copies of 158. 163. Okay. These ones are actually in, when I say these ones, these number 174s were actually bagged and boarded. The bags that, of course, turn yellow and stuff. But these books in pretty good shape. Punisher appearances, 174. Second part, 175. 176. 186. Jigsaw appearance here in 188. A few of those. 191. All right, let's move these. 192s. 193. It's got the Human Fly. 195, the second Black Cat. If you watched the previous videos, I'm sure remember when I found the Black Cat appearances, and I found a little bit more sporadically. 196, and just kind of jumped. 256. I mean, a lot of the boxes I look through, I'm going to have to revisit and see what I missed, because I'm telling you, when I found that other New Mutants 98, I was like, I swear I'd gone through that box like 3 times. So a bunch of copies of 257 here, and 258. Now, I saved this last little pile for the end, because I was very surprised. Like I said, I went there, I planned on just doing some brief organization, and this is the handful of goodies that I pulled out. This issue number 87, the first cable, was nowhere at all with any New Mutants. It was just mixed in with some other comics. So, first cable, number 87. First Captain Marvel in Marvel Superheroes 12. There were 2 of those. Not too bad. Again, this was sitting in a box with some other Marvel stuff, but because there was only a few of these Marvel superheroes, it must have missed it when I looked through it before. Did find a 13, the first Carol Danvers. Some other Captain Marvels. Normally the Captain Marvels that I've come across are in the higher numbers, like 40s through 50s. Here's number 19. 25, I think this is actually the second appearance of Thanos. 27, I just like it because it's got Super Scroll on it, but I think it also does have a Thanos appearance. I did find a smidgen more of Rocket Raccoons. So here's the number 1. Some number 2s. Some number 3s. And let me just fix these so they don't slide off my table. Some number 4s. Found this. I just thought it was kind of neat. Spidey Super Stories. It's one of those Electric Company books, but it just, I thought it was cool. It had Hellcat in it. Probably a pretty early appearance of Hellcat. I know that there is one of these that has Thanos in it. I think it's number 25. I mean, it's the only Spidey Super Story I stumbled on. Just pulled this out because all the Star Wars I've been finding is the regular Star Wars number 1 or the reprint. This one is actually not officially called Star Wars. It's Marvel Movie Showcase Star Wars. I think it's the first 3 issues in one book. Nothing spectacular, just thought it was kind of neat. Did find a few more Black Panther number 1s in another box. So 4 more of those. This book I seem to bring home every time I go to the storage unit, which I am perfectly fine with. Teen Titans 44, First Nightwing. This is a reprint, but just kind of a cool book. This is before comics had their coding on them. It's an EC book, with the Klan, and I was skimming through it, and they were whipping this girl pretty heavily in it, so long before the comics had the approval codes. There's a few of these other books there. They've reprinted these books throughout time, but I just think they're kind of a neat thing to have. My new favorite vice here are these Love comics. Did find a couple more of these. This is Young Love. Please love me a little longer. And this one, this girl with father issues. How dare you criticize me, father? I'm what you've made me. Oh, sad dad. Showcase presents Power Girl 97. Found a couple more Avengers 144s. Not the best shape, but not gonna complain. Found another Captain America 360, First Crossbones. It's a book that I also think has a lot of potential when the next Captain America movie makes its way out. Found another Secret Wars 8. Again, kind of shoddy, but a Titans 1 and a Titans 2, which I'm always happy to find this book. This wasn't in this buy at all. I just wanted to show it. It's I bought a bunch of Spider-Gwen variant covers recently and kind of misplaced a chunk of them. This is the one for 100, though, Adam Hughes. I just really like Adam Hughes stuff. I'm really looking forward to. There's a Convergence DC's event that's coming up, a 1 for 100 that's got 2 different Catwoman on the cover that Adam Hughes is doing. I'm super excited about that. But anyway, just wanted to show this Spider-Gwen 1 for 100, Adam Hughes. Here's the New Mutants 98 that I found in that box that I'd gone through over and over and over. It's got a little bit of wear on the corner there, but overall it's still okay. This is its biggest downfall, is this little chip. But, And I found one more of these today when I was just bringing some boxes there to transfer over. Another 94, or 194, sorry. And this one's pretty good. Anyway, that's all for now, guys. I will hopefully make some more videos soon. Take care.